Alright guys, welcome back to the next episode of the walkthrough. So on the last episode we left off with Liurnia and getting weapon upgrades and stuff like that. And this episode what we're going to do is we're going to start to tackle the Altus Plateau and get some weapon upgrades so we get set up for Kaled. So first off, you want to travel to the Bellum Highway. We got that in the previous episode. And then in the strongest start video that I made, I showed you how to get both halves of the Dectus medallion. So that's where the Dectus elevator is. But real quick, before we even go up it, there is 2 churches over here that I want to tackle, so we can get the sacred tears for those. Real quick, I'll just mark on the map so you guys know. There's one here on the map. And then there's another church right there. And I'll show you how to get up to that church in a second. Alright, so here what you're going to want to do is stick to the far right side so you don't get hit with cannonballs and stuff like that, because these archers either miss horribly or you get hit and knocked off your horse and then you just get punished. Shouldn't kill me. Alright. And this is the lift of Dectus. In case you didn't grab the 2 halves of the medallion, you would have to go through the lake and run from like this grace or the sorcerer grace, and run all the way through the water to this this cave right here, because it leads up to the Altus Plateau. It's just you have to fight a boss to get through, and you got to go through the whole mine. So this is just the easier method. Alright, so now that we have the grace, what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back down. And take a left, because we're gonna go up this hill. So watch out for this tower, because it has an eye of madness that looks at you. It's casted by the people that are up there. So basically, when it opens, you'll see it in a second, but when it opens, it'll be gradual madness buildup over time, and you have to hide behind objects while going up, otherwise you'll be inflicted with madness. And when you get eventually fully inflicted with it, you will be it will take like 1/3 of your health. And up here on the left there is a grace. Alrighty. Now you want to run towards the town. I believe this is a... Nope, that's your original. So that is a that's a talisman that when you wear it, when you put it on, it attracts attention of enemies. It's useful for co-op. If like you have more health than one of your friends, you can equip it, and the boss will focus you rather than your friend getting. So here there will be an NPC invasion, NPC named Bike. So he is fairly strong, and he uses madness incantations. So if you don't want to fight him, or you don't feel necessarily comfortable fighting him, you can just grab the Grace and the Sacred Tear and try to run away. Because if he does hit you a couple times, you will get inflicted with madness. Okay, didn't know that was that attack. And this actually is a Finger Maiden robe. If you ever need blood for a Vares questline, that you can soak the cloth in blood at this maiden rather than going back to the belfries. Just spam it. When you do eventually end up killing him, he drops his spear, and it's a fairly strong spear. I have a build with it that when you're wind buffed, you can get up to around 4,000 damage. Okay, I'm gonna let that go down a little bit. Yeah, see that weapon art right there causes madness flames that do healing damage and proc madness over time. And he killed me. That's annoying. Oh well. We got the Grace, so... Now you want to go to the Grand Lift Detectus. I'm just gonna level up. A lot of cutscenes to skip. So now see, if you followed along in the last video about Lyria, it shows you how to get this NPC to show up here at the lift, and she will actually take you to Volcano Manor, and you can become a recusant, which is a part of the PvP the PvP covenant in this game, basically. Basically, the Dark Wraiths from previous Dark Souls games. So I'm actually going to warp to Volcano Manor really quickly.
Tarnished. You will only tire by striking this barrier. I knew you. I hereby take my hand. Give me your hand. I will pray.
Alright, now that you're in Volcano Manor, you get this grace. To unlock portions of the manor, you need the drawing room key, so you actually are forced to join them, otherwise you can't really get them.
Why accept rise with us? Interesting. Now you the drawing room, but be sure.
Now see, normally, when you come in this room, you'd get this, and then you'd get your first assassination mission. But normally, Bernal is sitting in this chair, the guy that gives you this armor at the start of the game. Normally, he's sitting here, and he is a part of this group. But since we killed him, he's no longer here. And now we go back to the Altus Plateau bonfire. Alright, now that we're back in Altus, you want to continue down the main path that you can see. There is a grace right here in the tree line, kind of. There is a golden seed up the hill to the left. And now what you want to do is you want to keep continuing up this hill, and you will find the first part of the map for Altus. This is the left side, so you can see like the Windmill Village and the very start of Volcano Manor. Over there, you can actually see the Windmill Village in the distance. We will be warping there in a second. Now, this merchant here, he actually sells a lot of stone sword keys.
Are you here as a customer?
So, if you ever need them, you can just come here and buy his 3 keys. But I haven't really used any this playthrough, so just get the grace and then teleport through the portal. Alright, now that we're over here, what you want to do is go to the right, because the left way is pretty irrelevant. Now, if you go up the stairs into the village, you will find a grace. Now, see, there actually is a boss fight up this hill that you can go do. He is around this. It's a Godskin Apostle. I will be doing that later, but I'm not going to tackle that right now. For now, we are actually going to go back to the Altus Highway Junction bonfire, because we are going to the church that's right here, because we're going to go grab this sacred deer. Now, depending on what point in the game you're in, you might get an invader, or you might just get or just a blood purist, or whatever. Now, see me, I just got a purist. Noble sanguine, whatever. So these guys aren't that hard to fight. It's kind of annoying though, so I'm just gonna avoid them. Come back around. Now if you go to the left side, you can actually climb back up. And then if you go to the right, drop down a little bit, and then you can go back to the main path. Now that you're back up here, what you're going to want to do is take a left and go up the big staircase that leads up into the main city, Lionville. You will have to be careful though, because there is ballistas that can do a lot of damage depending on what armor you're wearing. So I would hug the left side starting off, and then just keep hugging the left wall, because that way you're out of view from all the ballistas. Now here, these guys, they can see you, but you can just click sprint with your horse and it'll dodge the arrows for the most part. Now, up ahead there will be 2 tree sentinels, but don't worry about them because you can just run past them, and you can come back and fight them later if you want to. But they will follow you, like, somewhat back to the Grace, or to the Grace, but it's fine, because the moment you touch it, they should de-aggro. Just 2 golden seeds. And there's the second map. Now, what you want to do is you want to run uphill, but I recommend staying on the right side, because Gargoyle Kindred will spawn in, and if you're in the middle, he might stomp on your head. Alrighty, some more golden seeds. Now, so on the right side of this road, there is a what looks like a basic tarnished. It's actually Margit or Morgot. He's hiding inside of him with magic, but if you go close, it triggers him. We'll fight him in a second. But I just want to get this race first. Now, see, you could choose to fight him on horseback and just do hit and runs with your sword, or if you're doing dual katanas like me, you just go up to him and just start going at him. It's pretty much the same exact moveset as Margit from before. He just does more damage and has more health. But if you're doing builds, then it's not really a problem. I recommend trying to fight him over here in this section right here, because he gets stuck in those holes like that, and then it's really buggy to fight, because then he just gets cheap hits on you. You gotta kind of bait him out of the hole if he gets stuck. actually hit me. Yeah, see, that's the reason with the holes. Like, even though I dodged there, since he had that elevation hit, it actually still hit me. I'm actually not gonna fight him. You can if you want to, if you need souls. Or, sorry, runes. Because, I mean, the only thing he gives you is about, like, 10k runes and, a stamina talisman that just, gives you, like, 15 more stamina, which is, like, 5 levels worth. But for now, I'm just gonna ignore him. So now what we want to do is, once you're at this grace, you want to go outside of this arch right here and hug the wall, following like this path right here, because we want to get up to this church. Now, there is a grace here. It's not really necessary to grab this, but if you feel like you want to, you can. I don't want to fight you. Yeah, normally you'd come from that way, I just went the wrong direction, so if you do go from that way, be careful about land sacks spawning. I am going to grab these souls from this graveyard. Storm Color Church. There's a lot of gravel stone in here. And there's another secret. Alrighty. Now what you want to do is go to the outer wall phantom tree. And go to the right, because we're going to go down into the water into this cave that's right here. That building at the top of the hill, it doesn't have a sacred tier, but it is a church. It has a golden order seal in there, which is for a talisman that's pure faith, and it boosts holy miracles. So if you're doing a faith build with holy, I recommend going up there and getting that. But in this case, for me, I'm not going to show it because it doesn't really apply. Now see this mine, normally you come down here and you come down here for the what's it called? The bell bearing for the smithing stones. But it also, this mine, after you kill the boss, the Onyx Lord that's down here, it unlocks the Divine Tower for Rykard. So that's why most people come here. But it's very important to get. Not a lot of running in this cave. It's the bell bearing's in a chest at the very start, so you don't even have to enter this cave. I pretty much just walk in and then just walk out right away. Just like that. What was that, like 10 seconds? Alright. Now we exit the cave. And we warp back to the round table. Just a note, this does give you 3s and 4s for a purchase at the round table, but the higher the stones get in number, the more they cost to purchase. So try to find as many as you can naturally, but if you're feeling lazy, you can do it this way. I pretty much just sell everything that I'm not using, but it's up to you guys if you want to keep your stuff. Alright, so I need... nine 3s and 24 4s. Wow. I'm only gonna buy 16 because I need some souls, or sorry, runes to actually get the upgrades on my weapons. So I'll buy the rest once I kill a boss.
Back no matter.
See, now I have a rune issue. I'm just gonna sell this armor. I'm not gonna use it. Alright, now I'm at 10 and 10. And I can go kill this invader in the round table for a little bit of quick cash. Just a note, when he spawns in, he doesn't emote, but the moment his circle disappears, you can actually backstab him. That's why dual katana is so good. He pretty much just got, yeah, he got flawless. I'm just gonna say he got flawless. Yep, but that gave me a little bit of souls. Or roots. God. Now I can go bring my weapon again.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arms.
I have 11 11. And now I need 9 more. Wait, yeah, I need 8. So, I'll get that after the next boss. Actually, one thing I can go do is, the Windmill Village boss. Just so you guys can get a little taste of his moveset, in case you plan on doing this boss. He loves some black flame spells, so just be careful. He also can elongate his body. Okay, I hit. Yeah, the black flame spells, when you do get hit by them, they tick down over time after the initial hit. So, if you want to do this, like how I'm doing it, that's not how you do it. But, normally what you do is you just hit once. Right attacks seem to be the safest against this boss, because he seems to like favor his left side. Yeah, but when he does that, that can insta-kill you, I've found. So you just gotta be careful when he starts spinning. He only really does that once he hits stage 2, which is when he hits half health. Baseball on you. Okay. Yeah, lock-on is your best friend in this one. Yeah, that's his entering second stage. His name needs to be careful. In this stage, actually kind of safer when you're hovering him, as long as you don't get hit like that. But that attack right there is pretty much the only risk that you have, because once he starts doing his long neck like spin attack, you can just hit him like constantly. Yep, see, left side. He does favor his left side. Black Flame Tornado, which does a wind up and then it does an AoE. That is a spinny slash. But overall, you should. I highly recommend you doing this boss fight on horse, because it's just the simplest way of doing it. kill him, you do get Scouring Black Flame, which is a very strong Black Flame if you are doing Pyromancy. And their weapon is fairly strong, and the, what's it called? The Ash of War that's on it is very good. So now that I have 14k, I can go back to the round table and purchase the rest of my upgrades and get my weapons both to plus 14 or 13. So I needed 8, I believe.
Well, I took you no matter. Lay out your arms.
Yep, see, now I need 5s. So this is actually the highest you can get it through bell bearings at this point in the game, because you don't get the bell bearing 3 until Mountaintop of the Giants. So once you get your weapons to plus 12, that's pretty much it. So I'm at 261 for both. Pretty good. Alrighty. Now I guess I will go attempt the Draconic Tree Sentinel for you guys. This guy can be very annoying. You can choose to fight him on horse, which is what I believe I do most of the time, but sometimes you can get hit with some stray lightning strikes and stuff that he casts, and it does get very tedious. On this over here on this rock, there actually is a spinning stone. Oh, there is a spinning stone 5. My horse, not me. Let's go. Oh, by the way, if you are, I recommend saving or quitting right here to just reload the enemies so you don't get shot at by the archers when you're fighting the boss. But you can summon this NPC to help you with this boss fight. So I recommend it, but then unfortunately you can't use your horse. But the NPC is fairly tanky, so you just gotta just really pay attention to the boss's moveset. This guy has the strongest armor in the game and one of the best strength weapons. So sadly, I don't have all my heals, but with him, I should be okay as long as he's taking the hits and I'm doing the damage. Now there will be a winding up animation for the boss when he first starts the fight. 3 hits. Now that he's focused on him, I have a very rare chance of getting hit until second stage. like that, that's a rare chance because he doesn't really shoot like that unless he uses. Overall, just wait for your summon to kind of deal damage to him, to his poise, and then when he gets stun locked like that, then you can go. But I recommend trying to stay on his hammer side of the horse, because if you're on the shield side, you're going to get hit with some very odd hits. It's a pretty scary hitbox. Like that, he does a lightning AoE that nearly one-shot me. I should probably do this fight. Blade save. That's his attack, so that's when you unlock and look around at the ground. I just got so lucky with that. What? Right. 3 damage in. Just like that. 100% missed that. I am level 48. I don't really know why they put a bonfire after that, and then had this little run with no enemies in between it, and then had another bonfire. It doesn't really make sense, but, you know, they can choose how they want to level a zone. And now at this point in the game, when you rest at this bonfire, or race, it will, Melina will sit down and she'll be like, thank you for taking me this far, this is where I leave you, and you will now be able to level up without me.
I shall farewell. I shall leave. I wish you luck. You have fought, I have no...
Alright, and if you're at the point in the game that you've killed what's it called, Renala, you can go back into here, into the round table, and as long as you touch the 2 fingers, and then talk to her, she'll actually give you another talisman pouch. Alright, this is actually where I'm going to leave off this episode of the Elden Ring walkthrough, and I will see you guys next time.